since we're kind of still on the whole hockey thing, um, and you being a goalie,
Hmm.
uh, how did this happen? Okay, okay, it's not a funny question when it's here in North America or wherever, but in where you're from, that's not a normal thing, no?
No, not a normal thing. A combination of things. When I was growing up, my parents were very tolerant and just let us try anything that we wanted to try.
Right.
So, like as a kid, I went to like martial arts classes. I played soccer. I went to fencing classes. I did horse riding lessons, like all this shit that I did for like 2 weeks and then was bored of it. Right. So I was just very lucky that there aren't a huge amount of rinks in the UK, but I am from a city that has a rink. And so there was a pro team that played in the city. And I was about 11, maybe. My mom was working in a school. One of the other teachers was dating a player who played on the team.
Hmm.
And she said to my mom, like, oh, you should bring your boys, like me and my little brother, you should bring your boys to a game. And I turned up, like, we didn't know anything about hockey, right? Never seen it before, didn't know anything. And it was like a local rivalry game as well.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, we're going back to 94. There were riots. There was gear everywhere. There were like just like line brawls, and I'm just watching like this is the sport. This is the one. So that was it. Then I started having skating lessons, started playing.
Did you play goal right away?
No, no. So I wanted to
Yeah.
straight away. Like I was sold like the gear, the lids, like everything. It was so cool.
Yeah.
But again, my parents were like, it's super expensive. And
Right.
if you think it's expensive in North America, you should see the price of stuff here. It's
Right.
really, really expensive, right? So I had 2 years as a forward.
Yeah.
But the whole time I was like, I want to play goalie, I want to play goalie. And they said, listen, if you want to play goalie, then you have to spend your own money.
Yeah.
And I inherited some money. My grandfather passed away, and I inherited some money. And I was like, right, I'm going to buy some gear. So it's funny actually. I was going to ask you about the sickest setup you had, because you remember when Potvin was at the Leafs and he
Oh
had
yeah.
that blue and black like coho
Yeah. Yeah.
gear. So I had that set up, but it was red and black. And that was the first stuff I bought for myself. And I'm like,
Oh
this is
really?
seriously so, yeah, it was so sick.